Hello there everyone, the Glitch64 here, and this is a bit of an interesting new video that I've been wanting to do for a long time now. I've always wanted to do a video on my top 100 favorite games, and I actually have an actual list of them in front of me that I've been working on since 2017, the start of it. I wanted to do a video on this in 2017, but I never got around to it. But I do want to make this a yearly thing, 2018, 2019, so on, just to see where it changes over the years. So, since this is the first one, and I have been doing this for a year, this episode will be about the games that were on the list last year, but aren't on the list this year. Since this is the first one of these I'm doing, this will take longer than any subsequent ones, because obviously I'll be explaining every single game and why it's on the list here today, as opposed to next year, where like 70% of the games I'll be able to just say, this one's on the list, you remember it from last year, and it's now at this position instead. Something like that real quick. So this one will be 11 parts. First we'll be doing the ones that were on the 2017 list that were eliminated, and then we'll be doing 100 to 90, 89 to 80, 79 to 70, so on, all the way up. And then next year, it'll be only be 5 parts. We'll do the eliminated ones, and then we'll do 10 to 75, 74 to 50, 49 to 25, and then top 24. But with all that out of the way, let's quickly go over the games that were on the list in 2017 but got taken out by 2018. And there are 19 of these games that were taken out over the course of 2018, replaced by games I'd either just picked up this year or new games that came out this year. So, at the bottom of the list at 119, we have The Simpsons Tapped Out. I mean, it's a fun game when you're in the bathroom and you got nothing to do, or you're taking a break at work, I suppose. It's basically just a tap, collect money, tap on the characters, make them do things, and wait game. Yeah, it stops getting fun after a while, and then EA randomly decides to take you out of your account, and then you don't know how to log back in because you've forgotten your password and your username and everything, because you have to use the Origin account. So now I can no longer play it, so that's fun. Number 118 is Bookworm for the iOS. Now, as a kid, in primary school, we played Bookworm a lot. It was really fun. And the iOS version is somewhat the same, but there's one small change that they made that makes it worse than the PC game I played, like, over 11 years ago now. And that's the fact that you don't get pictures as you level up. I know it sounds strange, but in the PC version you got these, like, pictures as you ranked up. You went to, like, assistant like novice, assistant librarian, all this. You went all the way up to, like, editor, publisher, blah, 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 as you leveled up. And you got all these pictures, and it was really cool when you were a kid to see the pictures and see how far other people were getting. In fact, it was such a big thing that the school took notice and actually made a bookworm competition when I was in grade 5 or 6 or something. That was really fun. A lot of people better than me. But yeah, still a fun game, and I do enjoy it. So, Bookworm. At number 117, we have Jetpack for the ZX Spectrum. Jetpack is a really fun game. One of Rare's first. Rare, you might know, as Banjo-Kazooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day, and all that. I really enjoy it. It's fun. And it might even place higher on the list if you couldn't just play it in Donkey Kong 64 as a little mini-game in a much bigger game. But still, it's fun for short bursts. At number 116, we have Kinect Sports. Now, Kinect Sports was interesting because my cousin and I got this game for free. We were just going through a Kmart, and the guy at the entrance said, "Hey, do you guys have an Xbox?" And we said yes, and he hands us a sealed copy of Kinect Sports. And my cousin's got a Kinect, so we decided to hook it up and do a series of videos on it. And it was just so dumb that it was fun. It was stupid fun. I probably wouldn't play it again, but the time I had with it was memorable, and I enjoyed it for that reason. Number 115 is Pokemon Go. A much better phone game than The Simpsons Tapped Out is. I don't have to explain Pokemon Go to you guys, everyone knows what it is. I still play it from time to time, but I kind of just lost interest in it. Too much having to, socialize, and as some of you might not know, most of you might not know, I'm a massive, introvert, and I have a phobia of crowds. So raids and stuff is not something I can do. Going outside is hard enough, so, yeah, I think it'd be a lot more fun if I was more extroverted. But, oh well, it's still fun as it is. Number 114 is Mario & Luigi Paper Jam Brothers. This is an interesting game, pretty fun, but it kind of doesn't have the magic of either the Paper Mario games or the Superstar Saga games. It kind of just smushes them together, and I don't know, it kind of works, I have fun with it, but I don't know, it doesn't really work for me. Number 113, we have the Family Guy video game on PS2. Now, I don't know why, but as a kid, I loved this game. Even though the controls suck and it's balls hard. You control 3 characters: Stewie, which has the shooting minigames, which is the most fun out of the game. Then you got Peter, who does the beat 'em up sections, which is kind of fun. There's some enjoyment to be had there, but what brings this game out of the top 100 by far is the Brian minigames. Of course, the worst character on the show would have the worst section in the game. Stealth sections, really hard ones, very annoying, and I really don't like them. But, obviously, it's not a terrible game, or else it wouldn't have been in the top 100 video games of all time at some point, so, Number 12, Wii Party. Now, I have a feeling that this game's going to start going back up in the ranks. I really like Wii Party, I just have no friends to play it with. I'm alone, and yeah. Basically, Wii Party is the Mario Party 9 that we never got. 9 had all the cars and all that crap. Well, Wii Party was the true successor to Mario Party 8. And for that reason, it's probably going to creep up on the ranks, I feel. Stay tuned next year. I have a feeling about Wii Party. Number 111 was Cobra Triangle on the NES. A really fun game. I didn't play this until I got my copy of Rare Replay. Rare Replay is an Xbox One title that has 30 of Rare's classic games, and Cobra Triangle is one of them. And it's really fun. It's just a bunch of levels on ships, and you do shooting missions and racing missions. It's a whole lot of fun. I really like it. Short and sweet, like a lot of the ones that were taken off the list. Number 110. Now, this one is literally only off the top 100 because I can't play it anymore. If someone could tell me how to play this thing again, it would go up into the top 100. So, number 110 is Rugrats Munchkin Land. It is a PC game, an old PC game that I can't play anymore. It was a Wizard of Oz ripoff, and it was this board where you had to go into 4 different sections and go around and collect a piece of a ticket, which you need to go into the Golden City with. And then, gosh, a very vague memory, but I remember really, really liking it so much, and I can't play it anymore, and it really makes me sad, and that's the only reason why it's not in the top 100. Because of the ranking system I have, if I can no longer play a game, it loses a lot of points. So if I was able to play the game again, it would gain a bunch of points and probably hit its way back into the top 100, so Rugrats Munchkin Land. Only here because I can no longer play it. Number 109 is the original Duck Life, free to play now on the web. Duck Life was a really great Flash game. For me, it's one of those Flash games that's the epitome of free Flash games that you can actually have fun with. Flash games that you don't have to spend money. More examples of this would be just a lot of ones that I left played on either the Glitch 64 or Glitch 64. I did a lot of Flash games that, as a child, I really enjoyed because they were free, they were fun, and they had a lot of replayability. So, Duck Life. It's really fun. Number 108 is Halo 4. Now, this is where I have to start saying that on this list, assume that I don't play any multiplayer for any of these games, because I don't. I judge these games based off single player and couch co-op. And in my opinion, Halo 4 has some real fun couch co-op. Basically, some mates and I, we'll all just get together, play Halo 4, get into the map that has all the vehicles, and just fly around and shoot each other and blow each other up, and have a lot of fun in a match like that. I don't play it for any other reason, which is why it's not in the top 100, but for a fun party game, you can't go wrong. Number 107, Duck Life 2. The sequel to Duck Life, and it definitely improved a bunch of things. And again, I really enjoy it, and it's completely free. So, you can check it out right now if you want. And I still play it. I speedrun all the Duck Life games to this day, so I still speedrun it. It's a very fun game. I can't really say too much, because it's just really an improved version of the original Duck Life. Number 106, Buck Bumble. And, let's be honest, the reason it's up this high is for the theme song alone. But the gameplay just doesn't really cut it. The controls are iffy and bad. It's just really hard to shoot anything and control Buck. I remember this game having some interesting multiplayer, including a big soccer game you could play. But it doesn't really stand on its own. Not the best game, in my opinion. Number 105 is Learn to Fly 2. Again, another example of a really fun free Flash game. A lot of them have to do with birds, which is interesting. But Learn to Fly 2, really great. It's a game where you have to get a penguin to fly, basically. You strap rockets on it and other sorts of things to try and make it go as far as it can. And each attempt you earn some money, so you can buy some upgrade stuff and you can reach your goal. It's really fun. Number 104, which I feel like this should be a bit lower, but who knows. Number 104 is Mario Party 9. What a disappointment this game was. What a disappointment. My friends and I, we really liked, and you know what, we still like Mario Party 8. A lot of people hate it and say, oh, Mario Party 7 was the last good Mario Party. Everything on the Wii and the Wii U sucked, but we really liked Mario Party 8. Especially the Koopa Bank board. That one's really fun. And I don't know why it is, but it's really fun. Like, investing in the hotels and trying to steal other people's hotels and stars. We have a lot of fun with it. Mario Party 9, you know, it had good mini-games. It had really nice graphics, but the gameplay, oh man. Putting everyone into a car and making the board just one straight point A to point B was a horrible idea. And then they brought it back for Mario Party 10. Just, oh my god. Such a bad idea. Why'd they do it? I don't know. But that's why it's not on the top 100. Now, number 103 is a game I really like. Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist on Xbox One. Now, this is great because you can... It's basically a big story mode where you can play through the original Yu-Gi-Oh!, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. You can play through all these like storylines from the anime, and you can play all the big fights from the series. Like you can verse Kaiba and Pegasus and do all the stuff in the Duelist Kingdom as Yugi, or you can go into GX. I didn't watch GX, but you know, you can do all those battles. Really fun. And as you keep going on, you get more and more coins, even if you fail. And then you can buy booster packs, and you can actually play using your own decks. So, I got to a point in 5Ds where I unlocked the Gusto packs, and I was buying all the Gusto packs. I was able to make my Gusto deck, and then go back into the original Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's a lot of fun, because you just summon Daigusto Sfrez, and they can't do anything, because the game wasn't designed then to be able to counter Daigusto Sfrez. If you don't know what that card does, I'm going to get nerdy on you for a second. Basically, when Sfrez attacks, the opponent takes any damage I would have taken from any Gusto card. So you play all your Gusto cards, a lot of them have 0 or like 100 attack, and then you just attack, you crash your guys into the opponent, and then they take all the damage, and you just kamikazing all your cards in, and they can't do anything about it, because the game at the original point wasn't programmed to deal with taking the opponent's damage. And it's just really fun, and that's why it's so high. It was on the list for so long. I think it just got taken off a couple of months ago, and these next two games were only taken off the list last month. So, at number 102 we have The Walking Dead Season 2. Following up The Walking Dead was going to be a hard thing to do. It was, I think, probably the best example of a story game. Walking simulators and all that don't really do justice to this sort of thing. Season 2 was pretty good. It tried to make you like the characters, and you know what, I did. It's a good story. It's really good. It doesn't really hold up to Season 1, but obviously I recommend it all the same. It was on my top 100 list until very recently, so of course I recommend everything that I'm talking about still. It's a really fun game. And number 101. This game got taken off the list, I think, like 3 weeks ago. So that's how recent the new game was added, like 3 weeks. This one's going to shock some people. Link's crossbow training for the Wii. Yes, really. I know people are like, oh my god, Link's crossbow training, that shit. What a horrible game. What a disgrace to the Zelda franchise. But you know what? I had a lot of fun with it. I picked this game up for $4, which is like $3 American and like 2 British pounds. And for that price, I had a lot of fun with it. A lot of stages where you can, keep going for the platinum medals, and we had a lot of fun having competitions with it, with friends, just trying to get the high score. It's actually a lot of fun. I enjoy playing it. And yeah, it was on my top 100 for so long, for like over a year pretty much, and it just got taken off by a game that I played recently. So yeah, that was all the games that were on the list but then got eliminated sometime before making this list. So now we've gotten all that out of the way, stay tuned for the next part where we go through 100 to 90. So, or is it 100 to 91? It's 100 to 91. Oh my god. Anyway, stay tuned for that, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, catch you next time. Bye!